as a common seal. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. You can add perpetual succession in this definition. Okay. Common seal is there. So that's it. This is the very small definition, very easily remember definition. Okay. So company is an artificial person. First thing is artificial person. Okay. So, okay. First of all, tell me, is there any problem you have in theoretical part, or you want to revise only the practical one?
So only the practical one.
Yes, that's I thought. Actually, I have started from beginning. These are theoretical. You can easily remember from your note.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. Okay. So, okay. So first of all, the starting point is journal entry from the practical point of view. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So share can be issued by a company for different payment method. Okay. So payment method for issue of share. And this is the first part, issue of share for cash. There is also a concept, issue of share for consideration other than cash.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So first thing we are discussing here is issue of share for cash, and in that payment method for issue of share. One is lump sum method and the second is installment method. Do you remember these?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can you tell me what is lump sum method?
So the journal entry or
Yes, first tell me the meaning and then journal.
so lump sum method is when the entire amount is paid at once. Installment is when it is paid at different calls or installments.
Yes, and lump sum method means when we have to pay, sorry, company will receive the full amount uh, at the time of application.
Yes, sir.
And in installment method, company will receive the money in different installment, such as application, allotment, first call, final call. Okay. Now the journal entry for lump sum method.
Bank account debit to share application and allotment account.
Okay.
For lump sum and for installment method will be bank account to share with.
Wait. Uh, Not for installment. I'm asking only for lump sum method only. Okay, so there is only one entry in lump sum method.
Yeah. Yes, sir. And then share application and allotment account debit to share capital.
The second one, that's what I'm asking. You completed the lump sum method first entry and just started installment method. So I thought you forgot the second entry. Okay. So the first entry is bank account debit to share application and allotment account, and the second entry is share application and allotment account debit to share capital. We are writing application and allotment together here in lump sum method because there is no separate installment for that. Okay, you can remove the first call, final call, but you have to include the application and allotment together if there is a lump sum. Okay, so both amount are paid together in lump sum. That's why we have to write application and allotment.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so this is lump sum method. Now, what will be the journal entry if there is a premium in lump sum method? journal entry for issue of share
So will
in
it be bank account debit to share application and allotment account along with the premium amount? And in the second entry, it will be share application and allotment account debit to share capital to securities premium.
yes, very good. Because premium always attached with the due entry. The receipt entry, we don't have to consider the premium separately. We will include the amount of premium in share application and allotment amount and also in the bank account. It will be included. But in the second entry, which is the transfer of application fee to share capital account, it will be written separately.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Now, installment method, there is uh, two entry for every installment. So the first is bank account debit to share application account. The second is share application account debit to share capital. Uh, in first entry, bank account entry is done first and then the due entry. But after that, always due entry will come first and then the receipt entry. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So in allotment, in first call, you have to write share allotment account debit to share capital and then bank account debit to share allotment. But in application, bank account debit to share application was first and share application account debit to share capital was second.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Premium you already understood, but tell me, what if there is a discount on issue of share? How you will pass the journal entry?
So it will be bank account debit discount. So what will be the entry for that? Is it called discount or
Actually, premium and discount both both entry is passed together with the due entry. Okay,
okay, sir.
but there is a problem here that discount journal entry we have not covered in this chapter. Okay, why? Because a company cannot issue its share at discount.
For discount? Yes, sir.
So if anyone is asking to you that what will be the journal entry for issue of share at discount, then you have to say that company cannot issue share at discount. You don't have to tell the journal entry. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So that's what I tried, so that if you remember, you will tell me. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. There is one situation where a company can issue its share at discount. There is one situation. Exception. Can you tell me what it is?
Sir, is it while reissuing the forfeited shares?
No. I'm talking about the original issue, not reissue. We'll talk about reissue later.
Sir, I'm not sure.
Okay. So when shares are issued to the employees of the company, it is called sweat equity shares, and then it can be issued at discount.
Okay, sir.
But there is one condition attached with it. The share which is issued to the employees is not the first time. Okay, you have already issued some shares to the public at par or premium, then only you can issue that share or that type of share to your employees at discount.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so sweat equity share cannot be issued first time to employees.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so this this is what you have to remember, because sometime it can be asked in objective type question or 2 marks question. So that's why this question will not have more weightage because this is very small answer type question. Okay, so this is discount concept. Now, what is call scenario? Okay, leave the call scenario. Can you tell me the classification of share capital?
Yes, sir.
Okay, tell me.
So, authorized capital, issued
Okay.
capital,
No, no.
subscribed capital.
What is the meaning of authorized capital?
Okay. Authorized capital is the capital which is registered at the beginning of, which is the registered capital of the company. Issued capital is the number of the amount of capital which is given for the which is issued to the public.
Issued to the, yes, okay.
And subscribed capital, it is the amount of capital that the public have subscribed from the issued capital. It can be
The
further,
application received by the company.
yes, sir.
Yes.
And it can further be divided as subscribe but not fully paid up and subscribe and fully paid up.
Okay. So when you will write in subscribe but fully paid up, when you will write in subscribe but not fully paid up.
So when all the calls are called and all the money is received, which we write it in subscribed and fully called up.
Fully paid up.
And sorry, fully paid up, yes, sir. And then if we have call scenarios, or if all the call is not called, we write it in subscribe but not fully paid up.
Can you repeat the sentence?
So if there is call scenarios, or if all the calls have not been made, then we write it in subscribe but not fully paid up.
Very good. So there is two condition for differentiate. One, if the company has asked or made all the calls, okay, or demand on the shares for total amount, full amount. This is the first condition. And the second is if all the amount is paid by shareholders. So there is no dues. Only then it will be written in subscribed and fully paid up.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, for call scenario journal entry, I think actually uh, you have remembered all the concept very well. So I think up to this point, you have not missed a single portion, only except the definition.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that is not an issue, but the practical part, now you have remembered the concept. Uh, Last time when I asked some of these things, uh, you almost given only one answer. Actually, that's that is also not complete, but you told me that you haven't studied or remembered the concept. But now it is good to see that you have remembered all the concept. Just 1 minute.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now that you have remembered the journal entry, okay, one question. Company receive premium on different shares. What is the use of this security premium?
Sir, it is used during buyback of shares,
Okay,
and while giving discount.
Why?
No, sir. So while issuing bonus shares
While issuing bonus share, it's good.
and
Actually, the security premium received is transferred to security premium reserve. And this is capital nature receipt, capital nature profit for the company. So it can be utilized only for capital nature loss, to set off these losses and to issue bonus share or to buy back of share. Okay. So capital nature loss means like preliminary expenses, discount on issue of share or debenture. Yes.
yes, sir.
So we will write it off. So the first is you told me buyback of share. Yes.
Yes, sir.
The second is issue of bonus share.
Yes, sir.
The third is the write off preliminary expenses. The fourth is write off discount on issue of share or debenture. Share means preference share or debenture. Okay. The next is premium on redemption of debenture. Uh, to write off premium on redemption of debenture. Okay. So these things we can use our premium for. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. And any other like any other expenses related to these? There is no specific, but already I have mentioned five items. Yes. So if there is anything similar to these five items, then you can say it too. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. The next is uh, now. Can you tell me the journal entry for call scenario?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Tell me.
So it will be, for example, if it's on allotment, it will be share allotment account debit to share capital account. And in the second entry to the bank account debit, call scenarios account debit to share application, sorry, share allotment account.
Okay. Okay. Actually, there is two cases. Yes. There is two cases uh, for call scenario, to record call scenario.
I don't remember, sir.
Okay, no problem. So the first one is when you show the calls in area account. Second is when you don't show the calls in area account. You don't have to open calls in area account. So generally we follow the first method where we don't have to open calls in area account. But if it is written in the portion, then we have to follow the second method. Otherwise, we will use the first one where calls in area is not written in journal entry.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so call scenario is not written in journal entry means the first entry. Let's say the call scenario is along with allotment, as you have used in your previous journal entry. So first entry will be share allotment account debit to share capital,
Yes, sir.
and the second entry will be bank account debit to share allotment. So there is no change in journal entry. Yes,
Yes, sir.
but there will be a change in amount.
Yes, sir.
Yes, in first entry, we will write the full amount like share allotment account debit to share capital. But in second entry, we will reduce the amount of bank and share allotment with the call scenario.
Yes, sir.
So this is the first method. And generally we use this. So I thought, actually for 1 minute, I thought that you told me the journal entry of first case, but then in my mind, it repeated, and I thought, no, it is the second case you told me. So generally, students remember the first case. because all the portion they do is on the basis of first case, not the second
Yes,
one.
sir.
But you remember the second case. You have passed the journal entry. Actually, you have solved the question of this chapter by second method mostly.
Sir, I've done it both ways, I think.
Okay, because I told you generally if it is not mentioned in the question, we follow the first method where we
First
don't
method.
have
Yes,
to
sir.
open the false in it. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. There is a concept of interest on calls in area, but uh, you don't have to study this. This is not covered in your syllabus. After this, there is a concept of calls in advance also.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So
The journal
should I
entry?
write the calls in area entry here? Because it will be written in your notebook.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I remembered it now.
Okay. So calls in advance.
So the journal entry?
No, first, what is it?
Sir, it is when we receive the amount before the call is made for a particular installment.
Very good.
We receive it with the previous installment.
Yes.
The entry for that will be
Actually, there is two entry. First, to receive the amount, and second, for utilization of amount.
oh yes, sir. There will be bank account debit to share application account to calls in advance account. That will be There will be share application account debit to share capital.
Okay. Okay.
And
First time when we receive the amount of this calls in advance, then it is a liability for us
yes,
because
sir.
the next call is yet to be made. That's why it is a liability for us, and we have to show it on the credit side, as you have also said, bank account debit to share application, two calls in advance. But in the second entry, when we will pass the journal entry for utilization of calls in advance, let's say it is on the allotment. Okay, so entry will
Okay,
be
sir.
share allotment account debit to share capital, because we will ask full money. The
Yes, sir.
due entry is always with the full amount. We never deduct any amount from calls in, sorry, from the due entry. Okay. So in second entry, it will be bank account debit, calls in advance account debit to share allotment account.
Okay, sir.
So you can see in both the case, both the entry, calls in advance is along with receipt entry. And in first entry, it is on the credit side. In second entry, it is on the debit side. So bank account debit, calls and advance account debit to share allotment.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Now, calls and advances also completed share premium, discount, calls in arrear, and calls in advance. Now, the most difficult concept, generally students say this, oversubscription.
Yes, sir.
Now, before going to oversubscription, can you tell me the minimum subscription required as per SEBI guidelines?
So the minimum subscription should be at least 90% of the shares issued to the public.
Yes, very good. And minimum application amount, I think we have written this somewhere. Minimum application amount.
Sir, I don't know.
Okay. Actually, as per Companies Act, minimum application money should not be less than 5%. Okay.
Okay,
So
sir.
if the share price is 100, you need to ask at least 5 rupees on application. Okay.
Okay, sir.
But there is a sentence attached to it, that is minimum 5% or the the percentage prescribed by SEBI. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So now SEBI has said that you need to ask at least 25% on application.
Okay, sir.
So now we need 25 rupees in 100. So this is your minimum application amount. Now the oversubscription. So we have passed the journal entry for under subscription also. One more thing you need to remember, that in issued share, whatever the number of share issued and number of share subscribed, application received, we have to use the lower of these two,
Okay,
lower
sir.
of, because you cannot issue, you cannot accept the application more than issued share. Yes, if you have issued only 1 lakh share, then you cannot accept more than that application. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is the one side. Now, let's say if you have issued 1 lakh, but application received is 90,000. So you
Okay,
will
sir.
issue 1 lakh share?
No, sir.
No. So from both of these, you need to consider the lower one to pass journal entry to record the entries.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Now, oversubscription. So oversubscription is a case where company receives more application than the share issued. Okay. So if company has issued 1 lakh share and receives application for 1 lakh 5,000 shares, 1 lakh 10,000 shares, then it is a case of oversubscription.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, what is the accounting treatment in case of oversubscription?
So there are three methods for it.
Yes,
First,
there are not 3 methods, there are 3 cases,
okay, sir.
situation.
So the first case is when the company rejects the excess shares.
Okay.
The second is when they allot the share application, allot the shares in pro rata basis.
Okay.
And the third case is a combination. They reject certain shares and then the rest they give in pro rata basis.
Yes. Very good. So for rejecting the application, you need to refund the money.
Yes, sir.
What will be the journal entry?
So first it will be bank account debit to share application account. And the second entry will be share application account debit to share capital account to bank account.
Share application on debit to share capital to bank. Okay. Yes. So actually, I asked for only the refund entry.
Okay,
So
sir.
it is share application account debit to bank. You combined it with share capital, no problem. Generally, we pass the journal entry by these methods. Okay. So if in the question it is given, obviously, so you will pass journal entry with share capital. That's why you remember the concept, this one. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. But the if I ask the single journal entry, then it is share application account debit to bank.
Okay, sir.
Okay, what will be the journal? I will say this. Actually, in pro rata cases, where we issue only the share. Sorry. Okay, yes. We give only the issued share, and the rest of application is not rejected, but the application money received is utilized against allotment or future calls. Okay, so the first entry that we do is bank account debit to shared application account. After that, if it is only pro rata, not mix, uh, not hybrid method. So in that case, we will write share application account debit to share capital to share allotment. Okay,
Yes, sir.
actually, this is a little confusing. That's why I'm writing here. The first entry is bank account debit to share application, and the second is share application to share capital account and to share allotment account. Okay,
Yes, sir.
and if the excess money is more than the allotment itself, then we write here to calls and accounts. Okay,
Yes, sir.
now in allotment, the first entry will be share allotment account debit to share capital, because we pass the journal entry for due always at full amount. So to share capital full amount. But we will receive the full amount or not?
No, sir.
Why?
We, so because they've already paid during the application, so that money will be
Yes.
used here.
Yes, they have already paid some extra amount at the time of application. So we will utilize that extra amount in share allotment. So the next entry will be bank account debit to share allotment. Or we will write here bank account debit, share application account debit to share allotment. Is this correct? What do you think?
So we generally only write bank account debit to share allotment.
Yes, generally we write that because we have already written share allotment here. But if we do not write this here, we can write it here. Okay, so the entry I am passing here is incorrect if we have written this.
Okay, sir.
But this is one method. So you can pass journal entry by this method also. But this is easy one. Why? Because when you receive the application money, where it goes, you will see here. Let's say you receive 1 lakh rupees here. So from this 1 lakh, let's say 60,000 is share capital, 30,000 is share allotment, and 10,000 is calls in advance. So now you know that in this 1 lakh, these three uh, amount we have credited. These three accounts we have credited, like 60,000 share capital, 30,000 share allotment, and 10,000 in calls and advance. So if you don't write it here 30,000, 10,000, then what will happen? Let's see. It will become um, see, you have to write 60,000 here also. So this entry, if you match with the first one, you will get confused, because in first entry it
Yes,
is
sir.
1 lakh, in second entry it is 60,000. So you will not know that where the amount go. And then you will write 30,000 here, 10,000 in first call. So the amount is distributed separately in different entries. So you will not understand. That is confusing. So that's why we pass this entry.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So share allotment account debit to share capital, bank account debit to share allotment. Let's say the share allotment amount is 1,50,000. So you will ask full amount 1,50,000, but the shareholder will say that we have already paid 30,000 extra at the time of application, so we will deduct it at the time of allotment. So this is your pro rata allotment. In calls in advance is also 10,000. So in first call also we will deduct this amount.
Yes, sir.
And it will be share first call due entry will be same, but the receipt entry will be bank account debit, calls in advance. You have to write to first call. Okay. So let's say it is 2,50,000. 2,50,000. So you have received 10,000 already, and 240 will be written here. Now, you have to tell me one thing here, that in allotment, this is allotment receipt entry, yes,
Yes, sir.
and this is first call receipt entry. So why both are not same? Why we have written share allotment here and not share first call? Instead, we have written calls in advance.
So because the firm company may or may not call the first call. It
Okay.
could be the final
Because
call also.
allotment is confirmed.
Yes, sir.
You cannot miss the allotment amount, because when you are going to allot the share, you will receive some amount. So that's why allotment is confirmed. That's why we have written allotment on credit side. But calls, we don't.
Yes, sir.
So that's why it is written as calls in advance. Sometimes we never demand call money. It is kept for winding of process, means closing of the business. At that time, we demand the money and then close the business. So that's why we have calls in advance. So this is your pro rata allotment. Now the mix-up case. So there will be some change in hybrid method. Now the first entry, it is same. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
The second entry will change. Now we have to add one more account here. So share application account debit. Okay, you are practicing the objective type question or not?
Sir, I have done some. Yes, sir.
Okay. Actually, previous year question paper or model paper, you should practice those also.
Yes, sir.
You're doing that?
Yes, sir. From our school, they sent like few sample papers. I've tried them. I'll try previous years also.
Okay, how you have tried the sample paper? It will be 80 marks question.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so how you have tried this?
So how means
Means
like with
just you have solved the
time?
or with time.
So first I just solve the questions like mere big questions. I tried them out.
No,
I
don't
still
need that.
okay, sir.
Okay, and the second time?
So I still haven't done it together with the 3 hours timing.
No. Now actually, you told me that uh, the last time you have given some exam, and you told me that you left some of the question. Yes,
Yes, yes, sir.
in not one examination, you told me in two examination these things that the time was not left. So, hello, Sana. Good evening. You joined earlier.
Hello, sir.
The timing was 7:30, I think.
Okay, I joined at 7:30.
Okay. Okay. So, the time management is very important in examination. So if you practice these type of question, you will see actually in examination when you give exam, there is no, you can say the improvement now because the exam is gone. Yes,
Yes, sir.
but when you practice these question with a specified time at your home, then you can improve it.
Yes, sir. I will do it.
So there is some scope so that you can improve, and then you will be able to solve all the question.
Yes, sir. I'll try it.
Okay, very good. Actually, whenever we teach online like this, okay, the sometime we find a student who focuses on all the classes, and sometime they just uh, do their things and join the class. So we know that this is happening. Okay, so I think you are good in that matter, in that case, actually, because you focus on the class. Okay, you always study things, you solve the homework. Sometime you missed it, but yes, it is okay. In our face-to-face classes, it happens also. So, no problem. But if you practice like this, that's why I'm suggesting you. If you practice like this, there is the 10 or 20% problem with your side. It will be finished. You will finish your paper before time, I think, in that case, if you practice like this.
Okay, sir. I'll definitely try to do practice that way.
Okay, very good. Okay, so share application account debit to share capital to share allotment. One thing extra is written here is to bank.
Yes, sir.
So this is the mixed case, hybrid case, where you use some of the money and reject the balance one. So that's why share application account debit to share capital for transfer, to share allotment for pro rata allotment, and to bank for rejecting application. Okay. The next entry for allotment purpose, it will be same. Bank account debit to share allotment, and you will reduce the amount only.
Yes, sir.
So this is your pro rata allotment. It seems very easy this time.
Yes, sir. Comparatively.
Yes. So actually, uh, whenever this is the revision time. That's why you are saying you have studied it by yourself. Yes,
Yes, sir.
you practice some of the question of pro rata allotment in for feature and ratio also.
Yes, sir.
At the time of for feature, no one said in revision also, no one said that this is easy one. So we will see that actually it's just the first part, pro rata allotment. So we will see that what happens at the time of for feature. Okay,
Yes, sir.
so you clear with the concept of pro rata, I think.
Yes, sir.
Okay. After that, there is two concept for feature and ratio. Okay, but there is issue of share for consideration other than cash.
Yes, sir.
There was 4 cases.
Yes, sir.
Can you tell me what are those cases?
Sir, it was so one was to issue of shares to promoters, issue of shares to underwriters, um,
And who are promoters? Promoters mean
sir, I don't remember. So underwriters, I remember. Promoters, I'm not very sure.
okay. Underwriter, you remember? Tell me.
The underwriters are when the company is just starting and they the underwriters buy a certain amount of share, like minimum level of share.
Actually, the first case I told you about minimum subscription.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So underwriter is related with that thing. If minimum subscription is not fulfilled, that condition is not fulfilled, in that case, the underwriter will purchase all the balance share that is left and the subscription will be successful. Otherwise, the subscription will be unsuccessful and company has to refund all the money to public.
Yes, sir.
So that is a huge loss because a huge expenditure is incurred on this IPO, initial public offering. So that's why. So this is underwriter. Promoter are person who do every work for registration of the company. You can say they are the actual owners.
Okay, sir.
So for their service,